Hey everybody, it's Benny1 and I'm back at you with another Fantastic Beasts movie review, everyone. Continuing the Harry Potter movie review series. This is taking me a little longer than I originally planned on it, that's for sure. I usually can get these bigger ones done in a month, but it's taking a little longer, but that's okay, everyone. So we are moving on to Fantastic Beasts 2. The Crimes of Grindelwald, everybody, if you remember at the end of the first Fantastic Beasts movie, which I did actually enjoy a lot. For it being a prequel movie to the Harry Potter franchise and it not being like the Harry Potter movies, I enjoyed that movie quite a bit, to tell you the truth. I really did. So, and we had the big reveal at the end of the first movie where Johnny Depp is actually playing Grindelwald, everyone, and they arrest him. And that's where this movie picks up, is showing him escape. We get a little flashback, in a way, of him escaping, which is a really cool sequence and a really cool way to open this movie, is showing him escape and everything from the Ministry in America. So, and once again, really quick, we're going to go over the cast and all that stuff, and then we'll dive into the movie, everybody. This is directed by David Yates, yet again. J.K. Rowling wrote this movie, and I gotta say, we will talk about it, but her script in this movie, is easily the worst part of this movie. We will talk about those. Eddie Redmayne returns to play Newt. He's still probably the best part about this new prequel iteration in the wizarding world of Harry Potter. I love his character. He's such a fun, lighthearted character, and we actually dive into that, like, his emotional side of his character in this movie. We get a little of his backstory flushed out a lot more, which I really appreciated. And it's kind of sad, to tell you the truth. So, Dan Fogler returns to play Jacob. And at the end of the first Fantastic Beasts, he got his mind erased. They obliviated him and everything when they sent the one fantastical beast in the air. That one, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a flying hawk or some shit. And it goes up and it makes it rain and shit. And they just obliviate everybody in New York City so they don't remember anything. But it turns out it didn't work. Because he's hanging out with Queenie, and when he runs back, when they go meet up with Newt again, he remembers him and everything, and they're like, yeah, it didn't work. And I was just kind of like, what? Okay. We're just gonna sweep that under the rug, I guess. And then Catherine Watterson returns to play Tina. I actually enjoyed Tina in this movie a lot more because she's an Auror again. She got her status back because of what she did in the first movie. I enjoy her character more in this movie. Alison Sedol, she plays Queenie again. Love Queenie. There's something that goes on at the end of the movie with her character and Jacob that's very emotional with those two because they love each other. She decides to go with Grindelwald at the very end of the movie, and it really bothers Jacob. And I think Dan Fogler really does a great job showing that emotional side of her deciding to go with this villainous bad guy and go against, like, muggles, the non-magic people, because Grindelwald wants to basically destroy the non-magical people, you know. So, yeah, that was an interesting choice with that. Ezra Miller is back as Credence, and we will talk about Credence, because the whole point of Grindelwald in this movie is to get his followers, and he wants Credence to join them because he's an Obscurus, he's powerful, and he knows who Credence really is. We will talk about that, everyone, because when it comes to the lore and what has already been put in place with the Harry Potter movies, it kind of really makes you scratch your head and wonder what in the hell J.K. was thinking when she wrote this movie. So, but we got some newcomers, everybody. Jude Law, everybody, plays Albus, Professor Albus Dumbledore. He's in this movie, not as much as I was hoping that he would be in this movie, because you know what? For a younger, earlier iteration of Dumbledore, I think Jude Law does a good job playing this character. I really think he does. We get to go to Hogwarts a little bit. We get to see him teaching in the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom. It's cool. It brought back all the Harry Potter good feels and stuff, but it was very brief. Very, very brief. You get a point there in the beginning of the movie, and then we don't go back to Hogwarts until the very, very, very end of the movie, unfortunately. But yeah, Jude Law, fantastic. We do get a lot more of him, obviously, in the next movie because it's called The Secrets of Dumbledore. So, and then, of course, Johnny Depp is Grindelwald. And I got to tell you, after watching The Secrets of Dumbledore, when it dropped on HBO Max, I finally watched it. I don't think it's Johnny Depp's fault, because I think he just acted and did what he could with the shit he was given with the script. Like, they really didn't give him a whole lot to do. He just kind of walks around and people just follow him. He's gathering his followers. He does, a few spells here and there. He's just not menacing. I'm sorry. Like, I just don't find this Grindelwald menacing at all. Like, I don't find Johnny Depp's version of Grindelwald menacing. And I'm not blaming Johnny, because of course what happened with him and Amber Heard, Warner Brothers fired him, basically, and they had to recast Grindelwald in the third movie, who was played by Mads, and we will get into that when we talk about the movie. But yeah, I'm not blaming Johnny for this, but I really think they should have rewrote this character a little bit and gave him more to do and made him a little more menacing. Because until Voldemort showed up, if he was the most dangerous, like, dark wizard that there had been at this point, he's nothing. In this movie, he is nothing compared to Voldemort at all. Like, I don't find him menacing or threatening at all. And I find his character kind of boring, to tell you the truth. I don't know. Zoe Kravitz is in this. She plays Lita Lestrange. You'll recognize that last name. And she is Newt's, the love that he had when he was younger, when they were at Hogwarts. They teased it in the first movie. They really dive into this side of this character and the emotional side with Lita and Newt. And I like that about the story. I really do. I really, really do. So this movie, I think, it's too long. They should have cut 20 minutes out of this movie easily, because and here's the thing, the actors are all great. I think all the actors are playing the characters really well. Except for, Johnny, like I said, he's doing what he can with the material he was given, which wasn't a whole lot. So the biggest problem with this movie is the script, the story. Every character has, like, a plot, and then there's a side plot and an underlying plot with every single character in this movie almost, and it is so bogged down with so much plot, side plot, with like 5 different characters, and it's just too much. It's way too much for this movie. And there are a lot of times, like, this movie is kind of boring. Like, it really is. And I have nothing against movies that don't have action in them, and they're just story-driven movies that are slow, grinding type movies. But if you have a good story that is put together very well and flows well together and is focused on like 2 or 3 a plot, and then maybe 2 or 3 different like subplots that connect to that, they can be good movies. But this one is not. Wow, like, this is easily the most boring movie in the Harry Potter franchise. Easily the most boring. And I will flat out say it right now, before I even do my ranking, this is the weakest movie in this franchise. This will be my bottom movie in the Harry Potter rankings. Like, easily the bottom movie. It just, the story affects this movie so much. Like, I'm shocked that Rowling put this story out. This could have easily used 2 or 3 rewrites to go through this and clean this shit up. Like, it really could have. Now, does the movie look amazing? Yes, the movie's beautiful. David Yates does an amazing job filming this. The special effects look cool. The wizarding magic stuff that we get in this movie, it's cool. It looks cool. The story, though, come on, people. And then the lore with shit that's already been established in the Harry Potter movies that takes place years later, obviously, like Nagini. Voldemort's snake is in this movie, and she turns into a human. Nagini is a human that turns into a snake. I feel like we didn't need that. Like, seriously. Like, why is that in this movie? I just don't understand why that's in this movie. And then when we get to the cliffhanger, the ending of the movie, Credence, who does eventually go with Grindelwald because of the big ending action set piece was pretty cool. Like, Grindelwald was getting all of his followers in this, like, grand, it's like an underground, amphitheater, basically. He gets all of his followers at this place, and then these auras are going there to attack them because they know what's going on. It's cool. There's a huge fire dragon sequence and everything. Like, it's cool. It's a cool action set piece towards the end of them. And I do appreciate also that they shifted this movie back to Europe, because the New York stuff was interesting, but I feel like the Harry Potter Wizarding World thing, it just fits better in the Europe countries. I don't know. Maybe it's because all the Harry Potter movies took place there. But yeah, this movie is very weak. It's a very weak entry in a very low point. And obviously this movie did not make as much money as the first Fantastic Beasts, and it made quite a bit less than some of the other Harry Potter movies, unfortunately. So yeah, guys, it looks good. The actors are great in it. Directed great. The story, though. The story affected and bogged this movie down so much, everyone. So I am going to give Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, I'm going to give this bad boy a 6 out of 10, everybody. So hope you guys enjoyed that review. I thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you on the tube later, because I have spoken.